We out of left field, it's time to get real with all the juicy hot topics that bring appeal. Like who's a Hall of Famer and who's the best team. Number one up on the power ranking, that's a prestige. Man, the outfield is mine, I'm calling left center. My name is Daniac, a name that you should all remember. Yoni, who you bringing on? Who's the guest spot? They better be bringing their A game, come on, let's talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to the EXEC podcast.
What's up? What's up? Episode 5 of Out of Left Field Exec League podcast. Welcome, Shiv. How are you?
I'm good. You?
Good.
Channeling my inner Brad here this morning with the outside appearance, but no puffs of smoke, no clouds of smoke.
That's always good. So there was a lot of action this week in Exec League. But before we get to the action, we're going to start with our second segment of Mystery Guest. I'm going to read you a little bit of hints about a person, and you are going to have to tell me who the mystery guest is. You have one guess, and you have to lock it in.
I guarantee I get this right.
I'm pretty sure you will.
Okay.
Okay, this person on the field isn't very quiet, but don't mix him up with the guy from the Subway diet. In our league, he's like the Milwaukee Bucks Giannis. He doesn't strike out that often unless maybe he faces Corey Manis. You won't find him getting in too much trouble. He has less hard singles than he has exec doubles. Next year, he will be playing in year 11, and his career batting average is a whopping .567. He is a weekly listener to our show. So who is our mystery guest for episode 5? Let's go.
Wow. I have no idea. What was that Subway diet guy's name? I can't even remember. Fuck. I guaranteed I gotta come up with something.
I'm gonna read you the last line again, and just listen carefully.
Okay.
I'll read you the last line. He is a weekly listener to our show. So who is our mystery guest for episode 5? Let's go.
Wow, Jared?
Is that your final answer?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, the Subway guy is Jared. Of course it's Jared. Bring him on.
Mystery guest, reveal yourself.
Shivy, what's happening?
Now, Yoni, if you had said "let's balls rolls through his legs" in that rhyme, I would have got this for sure.
Oh man, that's
Jared. This is a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, it looks like Jared's in his best pose.
Yeah.
All right, Jared, can you still hear us? Visual and audio a little shoddy. All right.
Yeah. Rookies.
Rookies, exactly. Okay.
Right.
There we go. I think he's back, barely. You might need a little bit better internet, but he's back. Welcome, Jared. How are you?
I'm tepid. Sorry, guys. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
You in the car? Good for you.
I'm in the car, yes.
This is
Nice.
awesome. Okay, we got to get to the show because we have a lot to discuss.
Let's get to it.
I'm a little shocked, by the way, that you didn't get Jared. First of all, forget the
Yeah. No, Subway for sure. The doubles thing, in hindsight, I should have got.
And what about the Corey Manis? No, you don't remember that? Jared, we want to talk?
That's
I thought
before
Shiv
my
was
time.
there. Weren't you there, Shiv?
The All-Star game.
No,
in
that's
MBBS.
before my time. Before my time.
Okay, we're going to get to some touchy topics here. I'd like to start. Yesterday, Brad Buckman extremely annoyed. And I mean, I don't blame him, because if I was in his position, I too would be annoyed to have no chance to really play in the game. He was completely taken out of the game. What happened was the first at bat, he was walked. There was like a person on base. They walked him. No big deal. Nothing really happened. Second at bat, they were up 9-1. Ezerzer was. They were up 9-1 in the game. Man on first and second. I think Bloomer just made an error on Malley Senior to allow him on base. Man on first and second. And John Gal decides to be nice. Listen, we're up 9-1. We're winning. You know, no use walking this guy. It's just going to start problems. So he decides going to pitch to him. First pitch, maybe went 5 miles. 5 miles. I'm not even joking. It made it to to the other fence in T3.
I was there. Yeah.
He did not see a pitch the rest of the night. Ninth inning came up, man on first and second. Ezers up 3. He had just gotten walked for the last at bat, maybe even 2 at bats. I don't remember. And they put him on, and he didn't like it at all. He called it bush league. He didn't have a chance to get in the game at all. He didn't play at all. So my question to you guys is, do you think we need to incorporate a rule for intentional walks? Like my suggestion was every person has a maximum 2 intentional walks per game, and you have to strategize on where you want to use them.
Yeah. I used in the Hampstead League, which I still play in, there used to be a rule that you could intentionally walk someone once, a regular intentional walk. The second time it was a double, and all the additional times after that within the same game would be 3 bases for the batter. I don't know, I don't know where my head is with that, but I understand his frustration, right? But at the same time, we faced that team. We were losing 9-5 in a game. I think it was the 5th inning, and he had 3 home runs and 9 RBIs, right? It's, you want the guy to have a good time. And I remember coming into the game, some of the guys on my team were like, hey, why don't we walk this guy instead of pitching to him? And I said, you know what? I want him to have a good time. And then after the 3rd home run, there was an unnamed player who came up to me on my team, and he said, you know what? I'm glad he's having fun, but I'm not. Right. So I think there's like a balance there. Like you obviously don't want this guy to hate the league and think about quitting the league, because not only is he a great player, he's a great guy, but at the same time, I think, he's just that good, right? Like, what are you going to do? If you pitch to him in that spot, I think it's literally greater than 50% chance he ties the game. You can't defend some of the balls that he hits, right? So it's tough. I don't blame Gal for what he did at all. I think they pitched to him twice. He had 1 home run. They got him out once. In that situation in the 9th inning, I don't know that I would have done anything any different. Should we explore a rule? Maybe, but I don't know what that rule. I don't know what that rule would be, and like, how do you govern then just rolling pitches to the plate instead of intentionally walking the guy? So I think it gets a little tricky.
Jared, what do you think?
Yeah, I think a rule like that is also tough, because where do you set it? Is it only for one person? Is it for the entire league? Like, it all comes down to situational softball, right? You're going to intentionally walk guys as a strategy. It could be that there's just an open base and the guy gets walked to load the bases to get a force everywhere with 2 outs. I know it's tough, especially for him, because he's such a masher. He smokes the ball. It's like it's almost impossible to defend unless you're playing on the complete opposite field, like what we did in our game. We played him at like 380 feet.
Yesterday,
all he was doing at that point was hitting singles at that point when he missed the ball.
Yeah,
he was trying to go oppo and put it over the opposite field fence on T3.
But Yoni, do you have the stats up in front of you?
I could, yes. Why? What's up?
I'm just curious. Like, of Brad's hits this year, how many of them are singles?
Brad Buckman?
4.
4.
Yeah.
4.
Out of how many hits?
31 at bats.
23 hits, 4 singles.
Oh my God. Yeah. See, like, that's what I mean, right? It's like, if you pitch to the guy, the odds that the outcome is greater than a walk is just so high.
He has more home runs. He has more home runs than he has singles, doubles, and triples combined.
Yeah. Like
and that's with people walking him.
Yeah.
Like, you could put 6
one of those
people
tough
in the
situations. Like, I mean, I understand what Gal did in the 9th inning. I think I would probably do the same thing. We would intentionally walk him to load the bases to face the next guy in the lineup, because any guy after him is a lot less likely to hit a bomb than he is.
And I think that's part of the issue, right? And like, this is by no means a knock on the bus. Like, I think there's tons of great players on that team, but it's not really, they don't really have that guy with the power threat behind him. And like last year, take an example, he's playing with Cam. If Cam's hitting behind him, I'm not sure I walk him, because if I walk him, now I got to face Cam, right? But I'm not sure that they have Randy, that guy. And then Randy, and then Maisland, you know what I mean? Like, the list goes on. Like, I just think, like, the team that Brad's on has a huge impact to how much he's going to see pitches. And I think the fact that they're kind of a singles hitting team, similar to my team, it's a lot of line drives, a lot of singles. It's just, you know what? If I walk him, it's 3 singles to tie the game. Yeah, I'm going to gamble, right? As opposed to one swing from this guy where he's going to hit a home run. So I think it's just the nature of the beast.
Hirsch's point of view is we're trying to filter out the amazing baseball players from the league. Like,
I don't think that's true at all. I don't think there's any truth to that at all. I think Gal made a strategic decision, and I get it. Some people are like, oh, it's just regular season. Sure, but we all go out there to win, right? The same way they were upset about the walk because they wanted to win. Gal felt the same way, and he did what he thought was right. Like John Gal, not a bad guy, not an asshole. He wasn't doing this to ruin the guy's night. He was making a decision for his team. Can't really fault him for that.
So my next question to you is, should we be allowing the pitchers to pitch faster?
I don't think so. I don't really think that's the answer, but look, a guy like Brad Buckman's going to hit better against fast pitching, so I'm not sure that solves.
You could switch it up a lot more when you're pitching fast than when you're pitching exec fast.
I'll let Jared handle that one, but I don't think so.
Pitch
We're losing you on audio.
A lot of guys play this. A lot of the guys play because it's slower pitch softball, whatever you want to call it. So it's supposed to be the same for everyone in the league, right? So you're going to increase speed. You know, the ball can allow the increased speed. Those bottom guys can have a harder time getting the ball in there because they're going to have a rough time there and maybe not have as much fun.
Yoni, you're going to need to voice over all Jared's segments here, I think.
Jared, your audio is a little you're frozen now. Oh, now you're back.
Okay.
But you go in and out, so
sorry.
It's okay.
Shoddy internet.
So good.
Did you hear anything I said there?
A little bit.
I think I heard a good piece of it for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to touch up about Ryan Maislin and his ejection. But before I do speak about the ejection, I'm going to invite him to tell us what exactly went on. So everybody, please welcome Ryan Maislin. Ryan, what's up?
What a treat.
Ryan, you have to unmute yourself. You have to unmute yourself. There you go. Ryan Maislin, how's it going?
I couldn't change it to Shohei Ohtani. It doesn't let me.
There he is. Look at this guy.
I'm here.
Love it. Love it. He comes in with the compliments. Ryan, first, I want to ask you about, before we get into Shohei Ohtani, I'd like to ask you about the ejection. Tell us what happened.
Are we on right now?
We are.
Oh, we're live.
Oh, shit.
We're
Okay.
live.
Okay.
And yeah. So what happened?
Oh, talking to me.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Oh, I didn't answer because I thought I never should have been ejected in the first place. But there's already been a lot of talk about it, so I'll try to give you the abbreviated version. I made a tag on the umpire, Mitch White's kid. They didn't see it.
Yeah.
They overturned the call, which is unfortunate. A lot of people were saying, hey, that wasn't right. And I made a comment. Yeah, of course, he's not going to call his own kid out. For that, I got a warning, which I didn't think merits it. And then he gave me the warning and I just said, expletives, not directed at him. I just said it and he didn't appreciate it and he threw me out right away. And that wasn't right. And I heard a story last night. The MAGA wing of the exec committee, I heard, was throwing heat at people's heads, and he should have been tossed for that. But anyways, look, I've been warned by my team. Let's put this behind us. It's old news now. But yeah, I got ejected, but I didn't get suspended.
Okay, we'll give Maislin his. First of all, let me ask you, Shiv. Do you think he should have been ejected? Would you have tossed him?
No.
What's your opinion?
Okay, hold on. We're going to rewind. I know that I would not have given him a warning for his comments. That said, I do understand that Mitch felt maybe that, his integrity was being called into question and he didn't like that. Would I have approached it differently? Probably. I just would have said, hey, Ryan, enough. Nobody's doing anything for the wrong reason. We didn't see the play. We're making the call that we made. And I think it would have ended there. I think the fact that the warning came and the next words out of your mouth were, whether it was directed at him or not, were an expletive. I think at that point, you're probably getting tossed. I've had to warn one person this year and I, was like, hey, not another word. If the next word out of his mouth would have been fuck off, I probably would have run him too. Now, that said, I don't think the warning was necessary, and I don't think it needed to happen. It was a friendly game. We were down 8-1. I don't think Ryan was even all that upset. He was just sort of commenting, I think, more in a joking way, and Mitch just took it the wrong way. So I think it just escalated, and it didn't need to.
If I may interject, Mr. Host, last night I had promised myself I wouldn't talk to Mitch for 2 weeks because he made me very upset. He ruined my night. I'm a huge White fan, always have been. I saw his wife last night at the field after my game, started telling her what a putzavoy her husband was. She starts telling me we're like a bunch of high school girls. And then she said, you better make up with him or you won't be invited back to the country house. And although there are other country houses to go to, Camp Whitey is a special place. So I needed to make up with Mitch. It's all a happy ending. It's behind us. Even gave him some trucker merchandise.
Yeah, and I do want to say, Yoni, just one last thing.
Yeah.
You know, right or wrong, I think Mitch White is a fantastic ump. I think he cares and he comes out and he puts in more effort when he's umping than anyone else. And you know, so I don't want to make this sound like we're knocking Mitch. I think
no,
fantastic.
this isn't a knock. We're just going over whether someone's ejected or not. Is honestly, it's a personal.
He gets a 3 on 10 for that game.
Call. Everyone has to make their choice when they're umping. It's you know, it's their.
He's calling what he sees, and you can't ask a guy for more. Like everybody in this call, I think, has umped the game before. I'm never cheating. I'm calling what I see, and if I'm not saying I'm right 100% of the time, right? So it is what it is. I think
nobody's
Mitch is great.
I want to give nobody's making up calls, that's for sure, and I think the umpires are doing a terrific job this year in our league.
Even the ones that are 45 minutes late to game.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah.
Oh, it's worth mentioning one last comment on that. Apparently, the other umpire, young Malley, was on his phone when this play was taking place.
Wow. I love it.
But we like this.
If only the head of umpires were on the call to listen to it.
Okay, so we're going to move on. I'm just going to allow Ryan two minutes to tell us about his Shohei Ohtani moment yesterday.
Oh,
beautiful.
What happened, Ryan?
It's my moment? Yeah. Well, I was glad my team won last night. They really were gelling. We played a good game against a team that's struggling, but I hit a ball. I hit it well, and I was like, ooh, I got a hold of that one. I've never put one over the fence. I was waiting for the cling to roll into second, and then all of a sudden I see a splash. I'm like, oh my God, I put it over. And that was a highlight for me. But I pitched 2 innings. Joel did a great job for us also. I just want to point that out. I pitched 2 innings. I faced the minimum 6 up, 6 down, including, get this, a strikeout looking on the one and only Tony Ricci. May he never live that down. Yeah.
Hall of Famers.
What a night.
It was a night. It was a good night.
What a night for Maisland.
I'm assuming you didn't sleep last night.
The Express was rolling yesterday.
Oh, I slept like a baby.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ryan, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
That's it.
That's it. We're done. We're moving on to the next topic, but we really appreciate you joining us, and we hope to have you again on the.
Okay, just a few quick comments that my team did allow me to speak of. Elliott Rohr, among the fastest guys in the league.
Fake news.
Yeah,
No, not fake news. He can run,
but
especially
not
for
among the
+50.
fastest. He could
Max-
follow the pack.
Max Kadanoff. He's got the pedigree, doesn't get the credit he deserves. I'm watching him all summer. He is, in my opinion, one of the best infielders in this league.
I think we gave him
Breakout player of the year.
I think we got
Hopefully.
plenty of
Very
credit in episode 3 too, though. We gave him credit in episode 3.
Oh, we did? Okay. Okay, and then
Sorry.
Matthew Heese. Everybody's
ball
favorite
well.
12, right?
Yeah, hitting the ball very well.
Okay, I've said what I have to say.
Well,
One last thing, Maitland, you should also mention that the far and away MVP favorite at the moment, Camille Rose, is also on your team.
Wow. Camille, I mean, I was
Is
warned by in-house counsel, Andrew Kligger,
Unstoppable.
not to reveal anything about the team's inner workings. Camille is doing amazing this year. I actually took a look. There's an award that's usually given to, well, what I thought was the demigod, Jared Blumenthal, year after year. Camille has 6 more extra base hits than the next guy, which is Buckman, and then Jared. So yeah, he's been unbelievable this year. He's great.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ryan, before you go, you spoke about Tony Ricci, so I'm just going to tell this story quickly because it's something that has to be told.
Wow.
Last week we were playing against JB. We were playing against JB Consulting. Tony Ricci coming to the plate, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Tony Ricci drops to the floor like he just got shot in the head. Like he went down hard, and we're all wondering what's happening. What's happening? Delay in the game. It's 5 minutes. He runs to the dugout. He's jumping around. We have no idea what happened. He's holding his head, and I'm like, I was legit scared for this guy. Apparently, a huge moth, flew right into his ear while he was about to take in that bat. And it was flapping in his ear, and it was so deep in his ear that he couldn't reach it. No one could reach it or take it out. He left the game. He left his team playing with 9 players. They had 10. He left the game because of the moth in his ear. I thought he was going to the hospital. He told me he went home and his daughter poured olive oil in his ear, and he said that the moth is now dead. And I said, oh, very cool. Then you just got it removed, and then that's it. And he goes, no. This guy has a dead moth lodged in his brain right now, and he doesn't care. He said, it doesn't bother me.
If Tony's not a Hall of Famer for that, I don't know what else to say.
He's a
you
one-of-a-kind guy.
That is phenomenal.
I suggest
heard a
everybody
rumor.
that's watching this podcast go over to Tony.
Okay, Yoni, I'm going to sign out, but I heard a rumor. I don't know if you guys have heard this. Steve White might be retiring at the end of this season, if not sooner. Have you heard of this?
Wow, this is
No comment. No comment.
It could be big news.
No comment.
Breaking news. Huh.
We'll let him. If he's
him
retired,
on
we'll
one
let him
day,
be
yeah.
the one to announce
Bring
it.
him on.
And that's if that's something he wants to announce, that's something he's got to announce. He's earned his rights to do whatever he wants. He's been in the league for a long time. He's been in not just this league, but in softball for a long time. And if pickleball is where the life is taking you, you go that way. You know, like.
Okay, I just realized where to change my name. Yoni, thank you for this.
No, it's my
I've
pleasure.
gotten over
Thank
the
you for
stage
joining.
fright. Can I get an invite back when my commercials are ready?
Absolutely.
All right.
Can't wait.
Okay.
Take care, Ryan. We will. We'll see you
How
soon.
do I sign out?
Like this.
I'll leave here. Okay.
Okay.
I
That
signed
was
him.
good. That was good.
So that was a little surprise for you guys. I got out the moth story at the same time, so I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. I want to get on to a few just fun things. I want to talk about rookies of the year. Let's talk about rookies of the year for a little bit. I'm going to name you all the rookies in the league right now. You guys are going to fiddle it down to 3 rookies who are in the running for rookie of the year. Okay. And I don't want to, you don't have to say who's winning if you don't want to, but I want the top 3 candidates who are going to be the nominees at the end of the year for rookie of the year. Here we go. Logan White, Adam Talk, Dave Richler, Jacob Frankel, Jesse Frankel, Greg Cates, Logan Frankel, Seth Eliyahu, and I think that's where it ends. There's only 2 teams without a rookie this year.
I
You
think
want to go first, Jared?
Sure. There's 3 guys I'd say that are probably around the top. You're looking at Adam Talk, Greg Cates, and Logan White. I think those guys are having great seasons off the bat. Like Greg Cates smashing the ball. Adam Talk is a do-it-all player, perfect leadoff guy in this league. And then Logan White is just he's gonna be very good in this league for a long time.
Viv, what's your thoughts? So
Yeah,
was it in that
I
order,
agree.
by the way? Was that your order? It doesn't have to be.
Um,
I'm curious.
Probably my order. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with those 3 guys. I think Logan Frankel is the only other guy that I would maybe have in the conversation. Obviously, missing a couple of games, makes it a little harder. We've only played 11 games and he missed 3 of them, so it's a little tougher to sort of place him in there. But yeah, Talk, Logan White, Greg Cates, those 3 guys have all been phenomenal.
And as just you can't really say no to Seth Eliyahu either, because he really
No.
pitches well. He doesn't necessarily have to be. He hits the ball hard, like he's hitting the ball
He
hard.
does.
He's just got to get it to drop a couple more times, and he's right up there in the conversation because his pitching is definitely exec quality for sure.
Agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about if I were to ask you to name me 1 defensive player on each team? Who would you tell me? Now I can name you the teams, and you can tell me who they are. Someone you think offhand. I know you don't have your stats really in front of you.
Defensive player?
Yeah, give me the best defensive player of that team, okay? Shouldn't be too
You
much.
name it.
Go for it.
JB Consulting.
Bobot.
Agreed. Bobot.
FDI Bears.
Pass.
I will say after yesterday, robbing of Geller and a couple double plays turned, I'd put you up there,
That's
Mr. Shiv.
Definitely.
Right at the top, actually. All right. PSB.
I'm gonna go with Yoni Lehrer.
Oh,
I'm gonna take Jared for now. The glasses, I think, are a game changer.
Mother Truckers.
Truckers.
It's close. I'm gonna go with Cam. I'm a big Cam guy. I think he's been playing great. When we played them the other night, he robbed a couple hits. I'm going with Cam.
You're going defensive MVP. I'm gonna go Max Caddy.
It's a good choice.
Ezerzer.
Erica's son.
That's on.
Mario and Feast.
Mark Singer.
I'm gonna go off the book here, and because he makes it so much easier on his defense, I'm going Steve White.
Okay. Flint Tropics.
Darren.
Yeah,
Next.
Darren. Yeah, that's not even close.
Darren.
And Cote St. Luke Bagel. This is
Selleck.
Selleck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a good pick. All right. So, I mean, obviously you have your defensive candidates. I guess we could fiddle it down another time to 3, but for now, everyone knows per team what we're thinking of. If you were to give out a sportsmanship award, who would get it? It'd be
Mitch
top
Vogel.
3.
Sportsmanship award. I'm not prepared for this question. Andrew Kliger 1, best guy. Greg Lozoff 2.
I would throw
just-
Zach. I would throw Zach. Zach Wise in there. Sportsmanship award.
Zach's already won it. I don't do wrong winners
Yeah.
here. I don't
Oh, okay.
believe
I
in
didn't
it.
know. I didn't know he already won it. Seth Eliyahu could be up there also.
Yeah, so that's a good choice. I like Kliger and Lozoff as well, two just stand-up guys. I'll throw Seth in as my third.
You agree?
I go. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, and I'd even throw Jason Portnoy in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
although he's got a little spice to him, that Portnoy.
Yeah. You never see anything.
It's a little
bad.
spicy.
You never see anything bad coming from Jason. He's always a good guy.
Sure.
Okay. So we're gonna move on. I want you to name me. So we have some questions from viewers. Okay, we're gonna do a few questions from viewers right now. These questions happen to be from Steve White. They were sent a few weeks ago, and I promised him eventually I will get them on. Now, some of them may be legit questions, and some of them may be silly. Just answer them to the best of your ability. Okay. First question: who wears his cutoff game T-shirts best, Barry Hill or Jared?
I'm going off board and saying Shane Goldstein.
I'm gonna say Pistol.
You're very pro Bears, eh? You're very pro Bears.
Who isn't?
Okay, if you were to have one current pitcher to pitch your game number 5 for the championship win, who would you choose?
So I'm going to exclude my pitcher because I would always choose the guys that are currently on my team. But if I had to choose someone else other than Ethan, I would take Steve White.
Very political.
I'm a ride or die. My guy is Jason Portnoy, 100%.
I love it. Okay.
See you in game 5.
That's it, my man. Can't wait.
Been there before. Run it back, baby.
Oh yeah,
Question
that's
question 3. Oh no. Question 3 we could skip. It's Cote St. Luke exec all-time top 3 outbursts. But I think we could skip that. We'll save that for a rainy day. 4, current team, game 5 championship, 9th inning, 2 down, bases loaded. 7th in the order, batting or later, team by team. Well, we're not going to go team by team, but who would you want coming up to bat? One person.
FDI Bears, the 7-hitter is Greg Cates. I'll take that all day.
7-hitter for us is Mitch Fogel. I'm loving that too.
All right. And
Lot
now
of
you have to
loyalty
pick
here.
one person that's not on
Oh,
your
yeah.
team. You got to take one person not on your team.
Okay.
I kind of got to think through these batting lineups. That's part of the challenge here.
It doesn't have to be a 7 batter, just a bottom half batter.
Bottom half batter.
You could say Berryhill at this point because he's
You know that I'm gonna go for our other guy. I'm gonna go Dave Plotkin. Bottom half draft player.
Yes.
Plotkin is clutch.
but it doesn't help the staying away from your team part.
I know, but it's like
Honestly, this is gonna seem like a weird answer, but I take Yaron. He's an 11 and he just demolishes the ball. Like if I need a hit, I don't hate that he's up.
If you need a single.
Yeah, I don't hate that he's up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yaron T3 right off the fence. Thank you very much. Game over.
Okay, this one's for you guys. Shiv, you cannot answer yourself, okay? Championship game number 5. Who do you want at home plate?
Pumping?
Yes,
Just plate, no bases.
just plate. Give me plate and bases.
I'm gonna give you because we do 3 umps in the final, so I'm gonna give you my trio, my 2 base and 1 plate. I take Mitch White behind the plate with Fogel and Yoni on the bases.
Wow, that's nice. That's a good trio. Jared, you care?
I would go Federer behind the plate with Fogel and Shiv on the bases.
Nice. Shiv, how many softball chat groups are you in right now?
Give me an over under, and I'll just tell you that because I don't want to have to go count.
6.
Oh, way over.
How many exec softball chats are you in?
Like with players that play in the league.
Yes. League
Still over.
league
Still
relevant.
over 6.
League
Still
relevant.
over
Like,
6.
I'm umpires chat and
Yeah,
over
still over 6. Yeah.
How do you keep up? What about you, Jared? How many chats are you in?
I've been
Softball related only.
under 6.
Would you say over 2?
Yes.
Over 3?
Over 2. Yes. Probably
There
around
must be
5.
a million softball chats because I'm in like 4 or 5. and
There are many.
There are many. Wow. Over on softball chats, 125.
Way under.
Oh, probably
Over.
for what? Everyone you're saying?
125 under.
No. There's a lot of chats, but everyone's in like multiple, like the
I
same
guess,
chats. So it doesn't
I
work out.
guess.
I want to go over a few of the games this week. First of all, I'm going to go through the games that are happening on Tuesday. I want you to pick out the fire game. Tell me which game is going to have the most fire. Okay. Like most screaming, most fire, most banging.
Well, we already know that answer.
Okay. So we have FDI Bears, JB Consulting. You can give me your pick on who you think is going to win. And then then at the end of the 4 games, tell me who's going to have the fire game. Okay. So FDI Bears, JB Consulting. Obviously.
Bears win. Not a lot of fire, but game of the week.
Okay. Jared, who do you take?
I'm gonna go JB.
All right. We'll check up at the end of the week to see how you guys did. Okay. Coats and Luke Bagel Bus or Mother Truckers?
Truckers, not a lot of fire.
I agree with that.
Timmy Zerzer, Mario and Feast.
Is Zerzer? Not a lot of
Zerzer
fire.
minimal fire, unless Gal starts walking everybody again.
Flint Tropic and PSB.
I'm gonna go PSB.
PSB and probably the most fire, although it could be calm, but you never know.
It will
There's
be very
potential
tame.
for
I-
fireworks.
It was
not
like
there.
last week's chart on how bad it is. You know, like at 200, it was like just unhealthy, but at 201, it's like hazardous. And so, what level would you say of fire there'd be?
No, I think it's moderate. It's
Moderate
a 47. Yeah.
Yeah, moderate.
Okay, so it's mild. Next 4 games for Thursday. Flint Tropic, Mother Truckers.
Mother truckers.
I'm gonna go Flint.
Oh boy.
FDI Bears, Coats and Luke Bagel Bus. Now, Bagel Bus won their last meeting.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Bears in a bounce back. Return to the Benzers on Thursday. It's a big night, and Bruce getting all their guys back.
It all depends. Is FDI gonna pitch to Buckman?
TBD.
Or they'll play 7
Yeah.
fielders.
But
One or
no,
the
I
other.
will. I'll go.
I think
with
they'll
FDI.
start with the 7 fielders.
I'll go with FDI.
Mario Feast, PSB. I know who you're going with, Jared.
Yeah, I'll take PSB, I guess. I don't like picking teams to win both games in a week, so I wouldn't be surprised if MF pulls the upset there.
So if we're to lose one game, it's against them, you're saying?
I think so. I don't know. It depends who they have. The team's had a lot of subs, so it's and I've lived that world before, and it's hard to create chemistry when you're like just 12 random guys playing a game.
JB Consulting and Team Zerzer.
That's game of the night for Thursday for me. I'm going to take a Zerzer. I think they're hitting a little stride here. They're, from a slow start, I think they're back to 5-5-1. So I'm going to go John Gal and Team Zerzer.
I'm going to go JB. JB on T3 is...
Oh, is that a T3 game? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Ryan Burke is away, though. I think Ryan Burke is away, so that's an important piece of information.
So who's you picking for?
I don't know who's going to pitch, but he's his bat very hard to replace. That's for
Could
sure.
be Ethan.
Yeah.
Could be.
I don't
Could
know.
be. Yeah.
All right, awesome. And that was the last game. So I just want to first of all thank you guys for coming out and showing up, making this podcast what it is. It's been a lot of fun. I want to know, if we were to film games live, would you guys watch the games afterwards?
Sure. Why not?
Probably not. I might skim through it if I knew something exciting happened. I do think Brad's idea to do like a skills competition, like have Jared, Shane, Jordan Benzer, Cam racing, like, seeing
a couple people farthest
home run
hit,
derby, farthest hit,
Yeah,
best
that'd be fun.
arm. Like, that would be
also
a fun
best
thing.
arm, most accurate arm. You have a guy shooting from throwing from the outfield, and there's a catcher, and he has to hit the catcher. If he doesn't hit the catcher, he's out, and it goes until the last man standing.
Fearless prediction: Mike Selleck, most accurate arm in the league.
But can he
Bold
do it?
statement.
Can he do it from the outfield?
Yeah, he's got a strong
Yeah.
arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it should be fun. Skills competition. If you viewers want to see a skills competition, want that part of your league, just let us know. Message, tell us. I think it's something that could happen. If we can make this podcast happen, we can definitely make a skills competition / barbecue happen one day. It doesn't have to be an all-star game, just a skills comp. Get the people out, have some fun, make a day of it.
I think the speed one will be the most popular event because there's a lot of controversy about who the fastest guy in this league is, and I think we need to get that settled.
We have to get that settled, and we're doing it around the bases, not line to line.
Well, I think you do both, straight line and then the bases.
Okay, we'll do
I
a
think
40.
there might be
We'll do a
there might
40
be
guys.
there might be different winners of those two things.
Guys, this is going to
Yeah.
cut off any second. So I just wanted to thank you guys. Thank the viewers, guys. You guys are what makes this podcast. The fact that you guys are watching and enjoying and talking about it makes it happen. So thank you. And thank you guys for coming out and spending some time with me today. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate
Thanks for
you.
having me.
Thanks,
See you,
Jared.
buddy. See
Take
you
care,
guys.
Jared. Take care, Shiv.
Take it easy.
Later.
Bye, guys.